What up? You know what it is, man. Your boy TrendsetterSense. And of course, special edition. I got a real special edition right here. I got a young legend in the building. This multi-talented dude, man. International, worldwide, man. You seen him on the TV screen. You seen him on the movies. You hear his music everywhere, man. The multi-talented young legend, my brother right here, Rotimi, man. How you feeling, my good brother?
Good, bro. Everything is beautiful, man. I'm happy to be here. This is dope, man.
You like this?
I love it.
We had to do a special, man. You know, a little rooftop.
Yeah.
Overseeing. You know, we in the A.
Yeah, I love it, man. This is some butterscotch vibes, baby. You know, some butterscotch vibes. You know, yeah.
I see you making your rounds, man. You got shows coming up.
Yeah.
Just dropped a single.
Yeah, man.
Talk to me, man. You first of all, congrats. Your son just had a birthday.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and
yes,
I seen you was celebrating it. You was doing it real big, man.
Yeah, you know, for me, bro, I'm a father at first. You know, like there was a really big program director, DJ thing that obviously I should have been at. But for me, it was like, nah, my son becomes before anything.
Right,
you know
right.
what I mean? So like, he was happy, that made me happy. And then also, you know, the music and everything is gonna do what it does. You get me? And so like, again, we have a show tomorrow, show in Houston, and that's the goal is to make music that you can just continue to tour to. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, we got the new single, Bestie.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't pressed play on that at all. Really? No, we haven't. We haven't touched nothing. So
okay.
Organically, it's doing what it is. We're millions of streams so far within 2 weeks without no gas. So
wow,
it's a beautiful thing, man. I'm just happy. I'm just
smiling.
It, man. I can feel it. What camera do I look at and smile like this, man? Yes. Do you see? You know, everything's good, man.
Hey, man, talk about Bestie. You got the Fugees, Lauryn Hill.
Yes.
Talk about that whole, like, how that come together, man.
So again, this is the second record that I've used a Lauryn vibe. You know, In My Bed, which is now platinum. Thank God.
Crazy.
Thank you, bro. But nah, Bestie's another one. I heard the beat and it was just infectious. You know, like me and Punch been working on my album, man. Shout out to El Nice as well. Yeah. So like we've been working on my album. And this record, every other record got written and melodies and everything, but this one we took our time with. And every time we played the album for people, it was just the instrumental we were playing. And it was like, yo, we gotta do this right, bro. We gotta take our time with this because the beat itself is so iconic. And it's made by, shout out to Morel, but it's such an iconic beat where it has 3 different songs in one instrumental.
Okay.
Like it's R&B, then it's Afro, then it's Caribbean style vibe, you know, so it's like dance hall, all in one song. And then we just put the melodies on top of it. You know, me and Punch wrote the record, and shout out to my boy Marquise Rashad, but like we literally wrote it in 30 minutes.
Wow.
Cause it just felt really
You knew
natural.
what it was?
Yeah.
You heard it was like, oh yeah, this is
It's a special record, you know, and then I grew up in the same town as Lauryn Hill. So we have the same mentor.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Talking about Jersey.
Yeah, so I'm from Jersey, South Orange, Maplewood, New Jersey, man. So Columbia High School. So I went to the same middle school, elementary, high school as her.
Wow.
So I was always following her footsteps because our mentor always had me doing the same things as her.
Wow.
So when I remember, funny story, I remember when she got inducted into the High School Hall of Fame, I remember being like watching it and be like, damn, like I want to be in the Hall of Fame. And I ended up being in the Hall of Fame as well.
Wow.
You know, so it was just always made to be this way. So,
yo,
yeah.
That's crazy. You just said that because she did the movies.
Yeah.
You do
the movies.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's okay. Let's dive back to high school real quick. Like, when did Rotimi know? Like, when did you find your purpose?
Wow, my purpose, bro. Honestly, man, my purpose. My mom knew my purpose before I knew. So I'll start with my mom. Right?
All right.
So I'm 100% Nigerian, first generation. And my mom's a prayer warrior, very spiritual.
Okay.
So when I was 6 months in her womb, she said Bob Marley visited her in a dream and said, your son will finish my legacy.
Wow.
So if anyone knows Nigerian culture.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
Talk to the people that don't know.
You gotta be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, a dentist, a chemical engineer. You know what I'm saying? So like those are the 5 things we could do.
Got
you know,
you.
but then for me, my mom had that discernment and God spoke to her. So when I started singing at 3, she was like, oh my God, my son is talented. So then she had me singing at 4 and I was performing at weddings. I was a wedding singer at 4 years old, bro. all through Connecticut, all through Philly, New York, New Jersey. I was singing at weddings since I was 4. So that's when I knew my purpose at 4 was to be an entertainer.
Okay.
You get me?
Was it like you knew it and then it was going to be like okay, this is how I'm going to eat. This is my living?
I think that happened when I got broke after college. You know, that was a couple years. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I knew that I was ready to risk all of it. I risk everything to make it happen when I met Jay-Z.
Okay.
So when I was in high school, Jay-Z, his nephews moved into my town and they were all artists. So they were like, yo, I was a singing guy. Played ball, high school, I was varsity captain. I was a light-skinned dude playing basketball and singing the national anthem. You know what I'm saying? So they were like, yo, you want to be a part of the group? I'm like, yeah, what's up? So we went to Jay-Z's crib down in Midtown, Manhattan.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And we would perform for him every Saturday. So he'll be like, yo, perform, do what you do your thing, and he'll critique everything. He'll be like, Ro, that was cool, man, but you need to work on this. You see how you favored that stage a little too long? Make sure you go that side. Like, it was boot camp with Hove. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I was 16 to 17, we did all that. So that built my confidence. That's when I was like, you know what? If one of the greatest, if not the greatest rappers is telling me, bro, you got something special. That's who else, you know, what else you need?
That's pretty much
it,
right.
what else you need? So that was when I knew I would risk everything to make this happen.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
So like we was just talking about, your son just had a birthday, man. And then you flying straight to the A, 'cause you know you gotta handle business, man. Talk about the balance.
Man, you know, shout out to my support system, man. You know, like I'm my own entity, right? I'm my own man, but it takes a village to make a dream come true, not just to raise a child. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody plays a part. So I have to give props to my label. Shout out to Empire, Nima, Ghazi, Tina. Shout out to my management, my brother, business partner, Punch. Shout out to my dog who's moving me around beautifully, El Nice. So everything is just happening, and shout out to Naya who's making these things happen as well. You know, so it takes a village, bro. You know, so when my job and my work is easy to just move that way because I know my team got it. I can then focus on the creative. I can then focus on being an artist. I can then focus on being a father, because I've had to learn how to compartmentalize my time, bro. So right now we're having an interview. Nothing else matters but this interview. After this, I gotta go home, make sure my woman good because she just hurt her toe. So now I gotta make sure her toe is good. Tomorrow we got a show. I'm locked in. Don't talk to me. I gotta work. So it's not muddying anything and compartmentalizing everything, and then also trusting your team. You know, and so when you have that gelling, you make a record like Bestie and can just feel good and just vibe. You know what I mean? So
back on Bestie, and you talk about so many people that's been important to you. What was the inspiration in the writing? Hey,
Punch, brother. Okay, so a top player. So it's about me and being a giver to a lady. And the lady's being a giver to a friend of hers. And I give to them too, you know, and they give to each other, you know. So, I mean, you know, it's an experience that has happened in life, you know. But nah, it was just having fun again, bro. Like I just wanted to make music that I could say I'm enjoying my life. I'm having fun. Let me pull from an experience of my life, and that's how I've just been doing my whole album. But let's just pull from experience and just have a good time. Like, the only person I feel like male artist-wise is having a good time and making fun records is Chris Brown. You know, so I feel like I can do that, and I do that, but add a little Nigerian jollof rice. You know what I'm saying? Add that sauce to it. But then the women are going crazy. You know, they're talking about everything. They're having a great time. The Ari Lennox, the SZA, who I also went to high school with too.
Wow.
I went to high school with at the same time.
Wow.
So like those artists are having fun, but the only one really is Chris Brown. So having fun, making fun music that people could vibe to and just enjoy. Simple things, but with a groove.
It's funny you was talking about like adding the Nigerian vibe, the Caribbean vibe, the R&B vibe. And every time I hear your music, like that's what I'm getting. Like,
dope, bro.
was it like a strategy behind that, or like did you see that's where like the game was going?
Nah, you know, it was more of a personal thing for me, bro. Like, I'm the definition of African American.
Okay.
Genuinely.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I am the actual balance of what that is. So for me, for a long time, I ran away from it because I was trying to sound like so many different artists because it wasn't cool yet to be anything but an R&B crooner at that time. So for me, it was like, okay, you sound like this guy, sound like this guy. And certain records will work, but there was no longevity. So the day I just said, nah, that ain't me. Let me just be myself. Let me just be Rotimi. Let me just make vibes. Let me just make baby, baby. Yeah. Let me just do that and just see what happened.
Yeah.
That's when it became a real situation.
Okay.
You know, so the love rhythms, the want mores, the
it was around that time.
Yeah, it was around that time where I said, let me just surrender to who I am.
Yeah.
And a lot of artists don't do that. You know, we get caught up in, oh, that person did that. It won.
The trend. What's on the chart?
Well, let me follow
radio?
that. Let me dress like this. Let me do. Nah, bro. Like, during the time, there was a time where music was thriving, where everybody was trying to be themselves. Nobody was copying. You was corny if you copied somebody.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I wanted to go back to my distinct self and my sound and just be me. And that's what started winning. So it wasn't a plan. But in terms of, to answer currently, in terms of strategy, Bestie was just have a good time, have fun. People can relate to it. Then the album was specifically based for different things, like for culture records, for overseas, international, for Africa, for the streets. Everything is, this album is completely what it is, you know, full circle who I am. So yeah, that was strategic, but also naturally was for me just to surrender to myself. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on like the wave of what, you know, Afro beats and everything internationally, like it's taking over?
Yeah, you know, it's cool to watch, man, because I've known Wizkid for 10 years. You know, like there was a time in 2012 we went on tour together and he was doing like 300-seaters venues when we were traveling.
Wow.
And I saw it to the point where Wiz was like, we were literally up at night, like after a show talking like, bro, I'm gonna do this. He's saying this and I'm saying, I'm gonna do this. And to see 10 years later that we both doing what we said we were gonna do, you know, it's beautiful. So I knew the wave back then. It's just that in 2017, 18, Drake had a very big hand in bringing it over because of, and Wiz, you know, but Davido and then the Burner started. But like, it was just like a perfect time, but I knew it, you know, that's why, you know, I can confidently say I'm the first American-born African to bring Afro beats here with a record like In My Bed and Love Rhythm. No one else was doing that during that time. You get what I'm saying? So to be the bridge in that space.
You like an ambassador, bro.
Low key, you know, very high key, honestly. You know what I mean? Because, you know, a lot of people try to do it, but like I'm really from there and I'm born here. So that's why you have the gumbo of sound. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like it's a responsibility on your shoulders, you know, like to push that? You know, you got a good pocket, bro.
Yeah, thank you,
know what I
mean? I don't feel pressure, bro. Nah, as long as I keep doing what I do, it's just gonna go.
Have you ever had like that moment of like tough challenge, like with Rotimi sitting there like, oh my God.
Yeah, bro.
Is there something that sticks out?
I remember when, there's a couple things. I remember when, there's two things. I remember when you're seeing, imagine this, you got a hit record going nuts, In My Bed. So you're starting to do crazy numbers traveling at first. Then COVID happens.
Ooh.
So my record was moving for 2 years. Thank God, like it's still a platinum record, but it's moving for 2 years without me able to move it.
Wow.
So that feeling of damn, like, oh, my, and then you're seeing the reaction early when you're performing it, like, yo, we got something ridiculous, and being shut down. But thank God for internet, you know what I mean?
Right,
it will still
right.
make able to, and people, it kind of forced people to sit down and listen to the records, you know, but to be able to perform it, I know it would have done, but God has a plan.
Right,
so that was the one. And then secondly, you know, there was a moment where I didn't feel like I had a good team around me. And
This is COVID times you're talking.
COVID and up until maybe a year ago.
Okay, I got you.
I didn't feel like I had a good team around me.
Okay.
I felt like I felt like I was doing a lot of things on my own. So a lot of the music had to sacrifice because I had to be my booking agent. I had to be my management.
For real?
I had to be my PR.
Bruh, you got TV, movies.
Nah, bro. That can only last you for so long. If I don't do the work, that's where artists make mistakes. They bank on that. If you don't do the work, you just nobody. You gonna be that, yo, ain't that the boy? I've seen his face. It's no, that's you'll be that if you don't take control of your life. So I felt like I had to do and wear so many hats where music wasn't fun anymore.
Really?
It wasn't fun, bro.
Because you're doing everything
else except creating. So it got to the point where I have my guys who are incredible writers, but I'm so exhausted doing everything else. I'm like, yo, what you got for me? Yo, I got this. And I'm like, cool, let me just sing it. And then that'll be my record, rather than how I naturally would do it when I was making the bigger records, like the Love Rhythm in My Bed. So that's why, for me, being back in the space of joy, of great team, of energy, of just, I'm feeling myself again. I wasn't feeling like myself. You know what I mean? I was wearing myself thin, doing so many different things that now it feel like I'm back on a bigger level and better level. So yeah, those are the 2 times within the last 2 years that I had a struggle moment. Like, it was just like, I'm tired, I'm drained, I don't want to do this. And then also just, damn, I got a hit record that I can't even move. So those 2 things for sure.
Wow.
But we good now.
That's what's up, man. Of course, Rotimi's in the building. This is Rhythm and Streets.
Yes, sir.
You know, Joyner Lucas.
Yeah.
Broski.
Yeah.
First of all, that was crazy.
Thank you,
bro. That was Academy Award worthy.
Thank you, bro.
Talk to me like how that whole thing came together.
So it's so funny, man. I was on set filming another movie, a movie called Favorite Son, and so Joyner hits me in the DM like, "Yo, bro, hit me. I got an idea." I said, "Okay, call him." I know he's a creative wizard, so I was like, "Let me hear this." It was like, "Yo, I'm just watching this movie that you did called For the Love of Money, bro." And mind, he's never seen Power.
What?
At the time, he was like, he never saw Power. He was like, "Yo, I saw you on For the Love of Money, bro, and the way you did this, bro, you brilliant. I love your acting, bro. Please, whatever it costs, I'm paying that to make sure you're in this video." It's gonna be a 5-minute monologue though. Like, it's just gonna be you, like, performing to the camera. So it's all you saying my words. So I'm like, okay. At first I said no.
Really?
I was like, bro, I don't want to be a music video actor in that time. I'm not trying to learn about lyrics, bro. Like, that's what I was feeling.
Yeah.
But then I was like, but then he said something profound. He was like, bro, there's once in a lifetime that we can make like timeless art, you know? And then I was like, okay, send me the record. And so he sent me the record, and it was just it was masterfully written. Like, the words painted it, and I've experienced that.
Right.
So it was like, okay, I could pull from what I've been through.
Okay.
So this is gonna be not easy. Hell no, that wasn't easy.
Okay.
But like, I can relate to this. You get me? So like, I can pull from real emotion. But it took 2 weeks because he's a fast. So it took like writing postcards, me and my girl up. I'm like, pass me the next postcard. Okay. And then F these hoes. Okay. Like, it was clockwork studying for 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah,
it took 2 weeks to learn that. So once we got it, when the camera was on, and I like to over prepare, so when the camera is ready, like, I'm masterful with it. You know,
bro,
what I mean?
your whole, like,
Thank you, bro.
I'm not on your level, of course. You know, this is a podcast. I'm just interviewing you, but the way you demonstrated the emotion in that, and what he was rapping, like, you know, that.
Thank you, brother.
It was crazy.
Thank
And I know
you,
I'm
bro.
not the first. You see what happened.
Yeah, it went crazy, you know. But a lot of people could relate to that, bro.
Yeah,
You know, a
and
lot of people felt that.
That's what's funny is because you talking about I had to pull from that. And that was my next question. Like, have you been in a situation, a broski situation?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, people are really good at hiding it. You know what I'm saying? Like how the character was in that. You didn't know that he was thinking. He was smiling in his face at the end. Like
that's how you killed him.
That's how you know. That's really what happens.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, I'm rooting for you, baby. And then at night, their stomach is, you know, upset. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I've been through that. You know, and again, I'm one of God's favorite children. So he exposes all type of things to me. You know, to show me the real. So.
Oh, dive into that, man. You said he's exposing some things to you. Like, can you kind of elaborate?
Well, I mean, I've been in situations where I've personally made the choice to stay in things longer than I need to.
Okay.
But I've had the discernment and I've been shown what I needed to see.
You're getting little signs?
Yeah, I get signs. It's up to me whether you choose. It's up to us whether we choose to listen or not. But I've always been able to just see that. You know, I've always had discernment, and that's always had a list. I'll pray like, Lord, give me perspective on what I need to do, who I need to be around. And then 2 days later, it'll be like, yo, you know, this person just did this and said this and this. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. You're gone.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, like this and this and this. And then you'll be like, I'll call somebody and the phone will just be a different number. It'll be just the weirdest thing that people X themselves out. You get what I mean? So, like, I feel like if we, and this is really spiritual, but if we just really just listen and sit still, you know what I mean, and ask for the answers, you know, we just got to be ready to receive them. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it is.
Have you always been open to that? Like,
for sure.
Yeah.
That's how I'm here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been shown so many signs, you know, and there's a lot of things that should have like ended me in so many different ways. You know that like I've been miraculously blessed by, you know, so like that's why I'm forever obedient.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
We sitting here having this conversation. Of course, Rotimi's in the building, the multi-talented.
Thank you,
MoneyGram.
Yes, sir.
The face of MoneyGram.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah, you know, MoneyGram reached out and they wanted to work on something. You know, again, like I consider myself a bridge, you know, from the States to Africa, you know, and so being able to send money back easy, fast, like with no inconvenience, you know, I've been able to, and my girl actually uses that before we got the deal. So I've seen how fast the transaction is. It'll be like, doop, and so being a part of MoneyGram is just a blessing because it's actually what we use and how fast and efficient it is. And the people over there have been good to me, man. Like they've taken care of you, brother. They've taken care of me, man. You know, so you know, thank you, MoneyGram, and you know, I'm blessed.
Outside of the music, we know that you do the acting, and you just spoke about the MoneyGram. What else is Rotimi involved with?
So Rotimi, wow, okay. Well, damn. So we got my skincare line.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we got my skincare line, which is called Favor.
Okay.
During COVID, it was tough, man, because a lot of stress was happening. So I was breaking out and I was using a lot of different chemicals that was just making my skin look crazy. And I'm always about entrepreneurship and ownership. Like I don't like working for nobody. I'm my own boss. You know what I mean? So I reached out. Actually, Andy Hilfiger, this is a God moment. Knowing that my skin was inflamed and going through it, Andy Hilfiger randomly hits me and calls me and says, hey, bro, I want to link you with this group called Creator. They're in Israel. I said, what's up? They do skincare and you do this butterscotch character. I said, yo, stop playing, bro. Stop. Yes, literally, bro. So I'm talking and I'm like, what is it? They were like, well, it's all natural. The minerals are from the Dead Sea. So it hasn't been done before. Yeah. So the minerals are from the Dead Sea for both men and women. And it's for, and what happens is the Dead Sea minerals is what people go and use for like healing. So like for psoriasis, skin cancer, all these things are healed naturally by the Dead Sea, the Holy Land. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I took a trip to Israel, went to the Dead Sea, swam in the Dead Sea, tried the minerals, saw what it was doing. Like if you do this, you start seeing that the dead skin is gone, and you start seeing how your skin glistens just from that. So I was like, oh, we have to partner. So did the partnership, and now we're about to be in Target. We have meetings with HSN, you know, and it's moving, man. But like, it's because it works. It's like, I'm not trying to sell it. It's like, it cleared me up and my girl up. And it was just like, whoa, this is a product that we use and we stand by. I got Punch on it. Like, he's still ugly as hell. But like, yeah, it's okay. He knows that. But he said, damn. So you know, it was one of those things for me. I wanted to be a part of something that I can actually use. So yeah, and it was just part of the journey, man.
Fire.
Yeah.
So you're heavily focused on the music right now. And you're taking a break from doing from the acting?
Well, we kind of forced to take a break. The strike is going on. Yeah.
But I thought they just signed it, didn't they just?
That's one half of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we still got the other side. The actors are still on strike. The writers are good. The actors are still on strike.
Okay.
But you know, two things, bro. Like during this time, if you are a creative, if you are a forward, proactive person, this is an incredible time for you.
Ooh, dive into it.
Because this is where everything shuts down and you're able to create your own content. You're able to create your own film, your own podcast, your own anything. And for me, I've taken that time to write multiple scripts that now we're having, you know, meetings with big networks to figure out what we're going to do with it. So like, you have to be proactive during this time. And also musically, I was able to just sit still and focus on making records like Bestie, and then also making records like a record we have called Dirty December. Okay. That's coming next.
When is that dropping?
Oh, Jesus. Dirty December. No. Dirty December is a crazy record, bro. Oh, my God, bro. It's so dope.
Describe it, man. Like, let's get the
it's
people
a mixture.
warmed up.
See, I take pride in making world music, right? So this record has Bollywood, has African.
Okay. I know where you're going.
Has Spanish, it has all sides of music and sounds in one record. Oh my God, bro. It's gonna be one of the biggest records in the Middle East and Europe and America at the same time. Because it hits all those regions. You know what I mean? And so Dirty December is gonna drop in November. And I'm excited for that, bro. I'm back to making music and product that I want to make, that I have time to, that I'm excited to. Right. I mean? So that's where we at.
When is the project dropping?
So again, we don't know.
Okay.
And it'll be next year.
Okay.
But again, we're not rushing nothing. Like the music is so good. When you hear Bestie, if you haven't heard Bestie yet, when you hear Bestie, you get it. When you hear Dirty December, you'll understand. When you hear the next one, we're going to give each record time to live and breathe and let the people speak, man. Because everything is microwave. We're not trying to chase a trend. Yeah. Like we setting one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like we're going back to taking time as an artist, you know, really diving into making full records, like not just making 15 seconds for TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Like we making start to finish full songs that people are gonna digest for time. Yeah. You know, that's gonna just translate over seasons. Yeah. And that's where we're at.
I had another interview a couple days ago, and they talk about the love fell out of the music.
Absolutely.
You feel you like, what's your take on that?
No, it happened to me.
Really?
Like, oh, you talking about love fell out of music, the sound of music, like the music itself?
No.
Or as a person?
He was talking about in general. Yeah. And then he was feeling like that it was a responsibility for the creators to put it in.
Got it. Yes. The love is starting to fall out of music for sure. Okay. Because it's becoming more and more just carnal. It's becoming more and more just killing. It's becoming
that's the conversation.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more just I'm gonna use you, you use me, or I'm gonna use you. I don't care if you can't use me. Like it's becoming that, and again, it's making it real microwave. Like those things those things can only last for so long. But love transpires and translates over time. Love doesn't go anywhere. You get what I'm saying? Like that's why I love records are timeless records.
Right.
Because if you say, "Damn, I love you," you're gonna be saying that 200 years from now.
Right.
But if you use a word like "I'm gonna trick this," that word is not gonna be used in 2 years.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So again, it's just the understanding of we gotta do better. Like it's time for like the creators, it's time for like the artists, it's time for like the gifted, it's time for like the melodic, it's time for the storytellers. Like all of those need to come back, bro. Like it needs to happen, and it cultivates and changes the economy. Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We set the trend of how cool it is to fall in love and fall this and this and this and court and all these kind of cool things. Like if we make courting cool, you're gonna see. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we set the trend of all of that,
Right.
You know, so like, yeah, I think it's just, and to do it in a fly way, not in a corny way,
Exactly. Yeah.
like a fly way. But yeah, man, we just gotta, you know, it can work. Both things can work because that's all life.
Yeah, yeah.
But just we need a little bit more of that. You know
Are
what
you
I'm saying?
you feel like there's a responsibility on your shoulders?
Yeah, I feel like, for example, you know, I got a record called Sexy, and it's about, it's gonna be on my album, but it's about a woman who doesn't need makeup to be beautiful. Like she can look in the mirror and she's flawless. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No matter what she does, she's sexy. So like uplifting women in that way that like, yo, you don't need 10 pounds of makeup, G. You good. Like you just look at yourself, look how fine, how beautiful you are. You don't need none of that.
Yeah.
And walk around and live in that. You know, like records like that.
Yeah.
You get me? So like, I do take it on as a responsibility because I got a daughter now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I want to make records that when she's older, she's gonna be like, yo, my dad made that. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's fly.
Right.
And it's saying you don't need nothing but yourself.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah.
Is there a dream collaboration? Rotimi has not happened yet.
So I would say my dream collaboration. So I got Lauryn, but I didn't get Lauryn.
Right.
I want Lauryn. I want to do this live with you, Miss Lauryn Hill. You know, for South Orange, Maplewood, we need to perform this live together. So
You see it.
yeah, I see it. So Bestie, you know,
It's
Bestie
out
to the
there.
well. It's out there. You know, once it's said, it's said. But yeah.
What about international wise?
Yeah.
Afrobeat wise. You probably
Afro.
done work with it. You probably done.
No. I would say, man, I'm open. I'm open. If the record is good, bro,
Yeah.
it don't matter what name is on it.
Okay.
Like we, you know, me and P just look at things and just say, yo, if it's dope, let's see. Somebody hit us from Zambia the other day, and the record was great. You know, so like it doesn't matter as long as it's about just great music.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
You know, you've been talking about the love being, you know, we was talking about the responsibility. Like, what's the advice you would give a young creator that's entering the game at this point?
I would say, one, trust your intuition, trust your instincts, because if you're a creator, then you've been given a gift. So it's for you to trust that your instincts and the gift that you've been given is right. You know. Then, secondly, I'd say add people who can nurture that for you. Find the people that nurture it, believe in it, that champion you, that cheer for you, that give you constructive criticism, that know how to speak to you, that know how to just motivate you, and that goes a long way. Then I'd say add spirituality if you believe in that, because this is a very demonic space of an industry, bro.
Talk.
So like when you have that and you walking with the light, Holy Spirit, universe, whatever you want to call it, that ushers out a lot of things that you don't even see happening, you know? So those 3 things, you straight.
How do you balance through it, man?
Yeah.
I mean, like, you dealing with all the phases.
Yeah.
And, like, how's Rotimi, like?
I think for me, bro, I've stayed close to God. I've surrounded myself with really dope people now. You know what I mean? Like, and I know myself. Like, I know I'm in the industry, but not of it. I'm not of it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I do what I gotta do. I work. You're gonna get the dope product, but you're not gonna get no bullshit. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't need no gimmick or nothing to be nobody's nothing. You get what I'm saying? So like, as long as I stay true to who I am, there's nothing that can touch me. You know, and I got God, and I got a great team, and I got a gift. So
Right.
there's nothing.
Fearless.
Yeah.
Hey man, Bestie.
Yes, sir.
Killing them. Our project coming up.
Thank you, bro.
I know you're gonna be back on the TV screen and the movie screen.
Yeah. Once they sign that deal, once they sign that deal, then I'm there, baby. Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate you, man. My brother Rotimi.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You see what it is? Rhythm and Streets, TrendsetterSense, world famous Rotimi.
Love.
Trendsetter.